Yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost been a month. Lilly and Jack Sullivan are still missing. The last time we done a video and spoke about Lilly and Jack was about 7 days ago. At that point, the updates were telling us that the search was coming to an end. So in this video, I want to bring ourselves up to speed with what's actually taking place, what's actually going on, where's Lilly and Jack, what's happening with the mum and the stepdads. We do have a few updates, ladies and gentlemen, so make sure you hit the like button. Let's check this out.
There has been an important update regarding Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who went missing in Nova Scotia. I haven't updated on this case for quite a while because I felt like there wasn't really anything to say. People were just repeating the same things, but the RCMP have released a statement in the last hour. This one is going to shut down some of the rumours and give a timeline of events leading up to the day that they went missing. Based off the details that have been gathered so far by the police, they have determined that the children were seen in public on the 1st of May with family members. They haven't said where that was, and they haven't said who's observed them.
Okay. As far as we was aware, the kids had taken those days off school, but no one had physically seen them. Now we've got confirmation that the kids were seen the day before they actually went missing. Remember, they went missing on the 2nd of May.
I think it's important to know that we now know both Lilly and Jack were alive and well on the 1st of May. We're asking for anybody who drove along Gairloch Road between the 28th of April and the 2nd of May between 12 p.m. and 12 p.m. on those dates to come forward with any dash cam footage, CCTV or anything like that. I think it's really important that people know now that that information's been released, that they were seen on the 1st. So obviously they weren't seen, as far as we know, by anybody from the Tuesday when they finished school that afternoon. There's obviously been a lot of speculation about a party that supposedly happened at the property on the Wednesday, and a lot of people sharing their opinions, speculating that something happened to them at the party. We now know that not to be true, and that they were fine, alive and well and seen with family members on the 1st. So that's the day before they went missing. I will let you know if there are any other big updates like this one that come through, but other than that, I will not be posting any further about Jack and Lilly unless we have something important like this.
Jack Sullivan, age 4, and his sister Lilly, age 6, were reported missing from their rural home along Gairloch Road in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, on the morning of May 2nd, 2025. In the weeks since, their disappearance has evolved from a presumed case of wandering into the woods to a complex and uncertain investigation on the family, with every new clue further fracturing the public's understanding of what may have occurred that morning. The children were reported missing around 10 a.m, and for 6 days, a large-scale search operation swept through more than 5 square kilometers of dense, unforgiving terrain.
I find it hard to believe that a 6 to 4-year-old would just disappear like that. I guarantee you, if I was still working today, that'd be the thing to be. It
literally doesn't make any sense how the kids just walked out and disappeared. I mean, we've mentioned all of this before in the previous videos. If you haven't seen them, make sure you go and check them out. As well as that, the simple fact that a 6 and a 4-year-old have not left a single trace of evidence, especially if they've gone through the woods. So there being no evidence in the woods after weeks and weeks of searching then brings me to believe that a car must have picked them up. They must have got into a car. According to what's being said and what I've read recently is that the police are asking all of the locals for all of their CCTV footage. And they're going back days prior to the kids going missing. They want to look for anything suspicious. In fact, I believe they have tracked a black SUV that they are running checks on. And that is a potential lead at this moment in time.
All the time. Like, where would they have gone? Like, we have done everything. I think the last thing I read, they searched the square kilometer area, 5 kilometers. That's a big area. That's a big area.
A very big area. And this is coming from a retired RCMP dog handler, someone that has years of experience in this field. And he's basically saying, look, based on the area that we've searched so far, it just doesn't make any sense that there isn't a single trace of these kids.
Melissa Scott's trail cameras might contain clues about the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan. RCMP asked her for days of footage as the investigation into the missing children approaches the 3-week mark.
It's scary, especially not knowing what happens. We definitely keep our kids a little closer to home now.
The 4 and 6-year-olds were reported missing from this home on May 2nd, launching a massive search of the woods surrounding the home. No trace has been found, and RCMP haven't ruled out the case is suspicious. This is some of the footage Scott gave police. She says RCMP major crimes officers came to her home this week, asking for everything on her 7 cameras, starting April 27th, 5 days before the kids were reported missing. 2 of Scott's neighbors were also asked to provide footage to RCMP. She says the officers also asked.
But it seems like they're taking this extremely serious, because it just doesn't make any sense how a 6 and a 4-year-old have mysteriously gone missing.
About her family's vehicles to rule out local traffic in footage.
Possibly they are wondering if they didn't go missing earlier, or maybe somebody who isn't local to the area was around beforehand.
This road is the most direct path from Scott's property to the home the kids went missing from. We drove between the 2 places. It's about an 18-minute drive down rough dirt roads. Straight through the woods, it's about 5 kilometers.
I did mention to them that I was very happy to see them and glad that they were canvassing a little further and looking at trail cam footage. And they did respond saying that they probably should have been around earlier.
The shift in focus is significant. By asking for footage from nearly a week prior to the reported disappearance, investigators may be attempting to identify vehicles or individuals that do not belong, those unfamiliar to the isolated community and the sparsely traveled dirt roads that surround it. According to Scott, the RCMP specifically asked which vehicles were part of the household, suggesting they were looking to rule out known local traffic in order to highlight any anomalies. This type of digital canvassing is often used when law enforcement begins to suspect either premeditation or involvement from an individual outside the immediate family. It can indicate a search for surveillance patterns, casing behavior, or an unaccounted for arrival, someone who wasn't supposed to be there, showing up again and again before the day of the disappearance. If true, it would represent a quiet but seismic shift in the nature of the investigation. Simply a tragic moment of inattention and a door left ajar. Perhaps someone was watching and waiting. But who could have been watching and waiting for days, not be from the area, and somehow go unnoticed? It isn't until you go back to the moment they were reported missing that you start to see how this could have been possible. We go back to the initial search, to a suspicious vehicle reported right near the home, coming out of a campground across from the very home Lilly and Jack were reported missing from.
Hello, we just got a 911 call. Can I go ahead with the details? Yeah, go ahead. So we got a call via 911 from a Karen Ponacao. Kind of about 5 minutes. She was reporting just driving past the black Honda CRV, Nova Scotia Marker Golf Mike Fox 320, that left the outdoor recreational park close to the residence. It is permanently closed. Well, is unsure if related, but it felt a bit strange to her. Driver was a white male, around 50 years old.
Negative at the moment here. We're just overhead the park and just still on the search pattern here. But we were just curious to know if you wanted us to kind of get eyes on that vehicle right away.
I'll quickly there just give her a call, see if I can get a direction of travel from her, and that way, if we do need to, we'll know which way they went.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Looks like it's gated. From our vantage point, stand by one.
355 is that fuel KOA? Campground. I'll check there. Bye-bye.
How far away from the house is this place? Because this does look like a convenient pickup spot.
Name and number from that vehicle down the Corporal Ball Short. We'll look after that here.
Yeah, thank you.
On May 2nd, right after the children are reported missing, a suspicious black SUV is spotted by a local resident and reported to the police. Described as parked near the abandoned recreational park not far from Lilly and Jack's home. It was unusual and out of place. Police followed up at the time, ran the plates and deemed it not suspicious. Even spoke of another black SUV that appeared to be abandoned on the side of the road. The police radioed the helicopter, and the helicopter reported seeing 2 men walking from the vehicle to a cabin in the woods near a lake. It was also dismissed.
And all stations, just ordering a,
in a black SUV just north of the residence.
And on the left side of the road, does not appear to be a CRV, but it is a black SUV. If anybody wants to come up and have a look at that, just under the helicopter here now, if you guys have visual of it.
Bravo 3 drove by that on my way in. That's a Kia Sportage, Delta Papa Uniform 468. I didn't run it, but there was nobody in it. I'm right here. I'll check it.
Yeah, we got it. There are two, looks like two individuals walking down towards the lake ahead of the vehicle. And there's a cabin at the end of the lake.
The second black SUV is not mentioned again on this radio channel after this moment. So 2 black SUVs, suspicious SUVs at this point, seen in the area when these children went missing. It sounds like the police would have been looking into these SUVs, but deemed them more or less irrelevant. But are they totally sure at this point? Or are they going to go back and start looking into these SUVs? What about the 2 men that were walking towards the lake and the cabin in the woods? Oh my God, who knows about that film?
May tell them, we got a tip, and we just want you to go in that area and search and see if you find anything. They're not going to tell you exactly what was in the tip. It's not going to do it. They don't even tell their own people that, unless you are in the know, right? Unless it's like you're in that investigative group.
Now, with the trail camera requests expanding backward in time, one must ask, are investigators revisiting that tip? Are they taking a second look at the black SUV? Or is their focus now on someone else entirely? Someone who had been there before, someone who had no reason to be, someone who knew the woods, someone who may have waited quietly just beyond the trees. What do you think happened? Do the residents of Nova Scotia need to worry about their children and a stranger who is still out there watching and waiting? It's been nearly a month since they disappeared. The public deserves answers, and Lilly and Jack need to be found.
See, this is a case that's just not making any sense at this moment in time, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old wandering off in those type of conditions, mysteriously vanishing off the face of the earth. No evidence, no nothing. At this moment in time, it does seem like the local authorities in Nova Scotia are increasing the intensity of the investigation. They are looking at everything there is to look at, and by the sounds of it, they are leaning towards foul play. Hopefully in the days and weeks commencing, the authorities have an update to let us know what has actually happened to Lilly and Jack Sullivan. I need you guys to leave all of your thoughts down below. I need to know exactly what you guys are thinking right about now. Make sure you hit the like button, do subscribe to the channel if we are newly watching, turn your notification bells on so you don't miss out on any future updates, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.